Welcome back! So, last time we killed the Eater of Worlds and the Eye of Cthulhu. This time, well, we're probably going to want to work on Queen Bee and Skeletron. So I'm not making any guarantees. Menacing and warding step stool. Just seeing if there's anything that I'm ready to part with. We'll grab our sunflowers and grass seeds. And other than that, because I'd rather like to buy ourselves the desert pylon. This is the way to the dungeon. Can we stop? You know, we might. Yeah, 72 bombs should be enough. Because I'm gonna want to blow out all of the platforms. You don't remotely have enough gold. Okay. Nothing. So we're going to need to blow up this so that we get our platforms back as soon as the zombies and Eaters of Souls leave me alone for a sec. We might also want to, well, I need to get some walls. I'm not sure I have any right now. But let's just get the platform. Maybe I should build a house for the Nurse and Arms Sealer. Though, come to think, we have enough people to put there because we could put the Goblin. Yeah, we could put the Goblin, or you can put like the Guide. In the demo. So we need people at the forest pylon, at the desert pylon, and the jungle pylon. We have enough NPCs. Oh, a meteorite. You know, I was gonna say that's useless. But if we get all of the meteorite, well, hold up, we can't, because we need to blow it up. Womp womp. So yeah. I wish we could have a better pickaxe than a copper pickaxe. You know, I was gonna say I'm doing this because it's more efficient than using a pickaxe to mine each individual platform. And it definitely still is, but it is much better with sticky bombs. Feels weird to be grabbing the platforms of my arena, but I do need them. Now, it would be lovely if the traveling merchant showed up and sold me a few team platforms. If it doesn't happen by the end of this session, that's probably something that I'll want to... that I will want to actually fast forward time. Though we don't have the money to buy a whole heck of a lot of them, do we? So I'm sure I can find stuff to part with. Push come to shove. Look, I'm just trying to remove this. I really should go home and see if I have any walls available. So we'll favorite this. Wall. Oh yeah, we have plenty. Disc wall. Cloud wall. Planked wall. Do we have both a table and a chair? We have a skyware table. And we have skyware chair. And we can also possibly get the angler to dump permanently at the ocean. Let's buy a few bombs. And let's... now we can get a move on for... the dungeon. Another alternative is to go fight Queen Bee. The issue with Queen Bee is that she has scaling defense as the fight goes on. Oh, come on, we got another scale mail. We got another one, and it... yeah, that's the piece we already have. Would have been amazing if those were, say, greaves. What was I on about the Queen Bee? She has scaling defense, so I'm not particularly confident of taking her out with a Minishark. And there are not a lot of summoners in the world. Because we can't craft a Queen Bee summon, we're limited to however many larvae are in the world for how many times we can fight Queen Bee. And I really want, if nothing else, to get all the bee nades we possibly can for the Wall of Flesh. And honestly, if we could get a bee's knees, or at least have the chance to get a bee's knees as a backup if we don't get the Howling Bow. That would also be much appreciated. if we get neither, we're very unlucky, because that means none of the shadow chests in our world had a howling bow. And we're also in a really shitty spot, because... yeah. The Wall of Flesh on Master Mode without a good long-range weapon, and the Minishark really isn't for the Wall of Flesh. Especially the Minishark with only musket balls. Though I suppose we could get silver bullets come a Blood Moon. But yeah, actually, maybe the arms dealer sells silver bullets at night. That might even be the case, or maybe on the full moon. I'll be surprised to know that I've never bothered myself about when specifically the arms dealer sells silver bullets. Or perhaps you won't. In fact, that was a rhetorical question. I don't think most people know. Thought this was going to be the beach, but no. Is that a... no, not quite. Why don't vultures drop feathers? Progression reasons, perhaps? I mean, perhaps. What actually are feathers useful for? Yes, I am mining copper, because we need money, and we don't really have an efficient way of getting it right now, other than, as far as I know, scrapping up things to sell. Suppose we can make a mob grinder. We could. That might be... might be a good thing to do. Also, hello, Tavern Keep. I don't know how you're sleeping through getting charred with meteorite, but you are. Doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, we should put it as close to the edge of the beach as possible. To minimize travel time to the dungeon, which is still going to be quite large, actually. Like, we can use platforms as the doors. It's not that detrimental to our ability to do the Skeleman. Where's our wood? Actually, where's our wood? Homewood at 32. So this is better than nothing. Can you, like, leave? There's our wood. Bin the Daybloom. Sells for a pittance. The wood. This will save us a couple of platforms. Or a single platform. So we can move the nurse and arms dealer over to here. Because I think they can get you any pylon together. Maybe I'm crazy. Except for things the arms dealer doesn't like, and I think the arms dealer's okay with the beach. We also have a tavern keep now, so... Fudge. So we can have a proper tavern pylon with a happy demolitionist. And then, once we have the mechanic, we can move the Gobelino underground and have him be the one whose happiness is priority, and build a house for the demo and the tavern keep a little ways away from them. But for now, you know, I've never used this many disc balls in the same place. It's interesting visually. I can actually see it being a nice fit for something intended to be mechanical looking if you paint them gray. But that's just Coca's mediocre building skills talking. Suitable, suitable. Get your ass over here. I have no idea what time it is, one of the many inconveniences of no crafting. All I know is they're not going to be able to make it over to here before Nightfall teleports them, because they suck at navigating anywhere. So let us start preparing the dungeons. What is, though, come to think, what does beating Skeletron even get us? Well, it could potentially get us a Hellwing Bow, though it kind of doesn't entirely bypass the need for the Bee's Knees. I don't know if the Bee's Knees or the Hellwing Bow is better versus Wall of Flesh, truth be told. I've always liked the Bee's Knees. It's always been a favorite among vanilla weapons for me. Might be enough for Skelly. Might. Bad news is that's like most of our platforms already. Or approximately half of what we're working with. This is gonna be a bit rough, isn't it? Where are our living wood platforms? There they are. 69 of them. We also got a dye trader. Yeah, that's most of our platforms right now. Not exactly fill me with confidence. Suppose we can have a peep a little further into the dungeon. I should definitely at least close this off. That is a death trap waiting to happen. Another issue is we probably don't have enough bullets to attempt Skeletron right now. Okay, we can get 18 more platforms here. But we're not going to have enough for another layer. We could also... remove every other platform. Kind of a pain, but... might be a thing we can do. Should this prove to be very much inadequate, which I think there is a solid chance it will. Or we could just go get more. There should be enough to go around in hell. Okay, let's put as many as we can on this top layer. And then we need to go buy some bullets from the arms dealer, and we will try Skeletron tonight. And try to sort out purchasing the beach violin if he sells it. So, do you sell the beach violin right now? You do. Okie doke. So we need to work up a little bit of gold. We need to work up 840. Copper bars. No marigold. Those. We don't need this other ancient shadow mail. So we have 6 gold right now. We don't need shurikens, we don't need copper ore. We don't really need seashells, mushrooms, gel, bile mushrooms, water leaf. Rotten chunks we don't need. I'm trying to hold on to the aglet. That post was like 80 silver short. We can probably just mine up some of the ocean stuff and whatnot. Also, hello, angler. Really? What hit me out, Demon Eye? We're also gonna need money for bullets. Okay, what have we got? Oh, these sell for good money. We are able, thankfully. And sell the Fallen Star. Okay, that's all we can do. Thankfully, arm sealers value pretty seashells and such. Enough to give you like a few hundred bullets worth of money for it. This is gonna be rough, but we'll try Skelly. Man, I'm used to having... We need to put up some sort of structure to facilitate getting up to the platform near the entrance. It's too hard. There's, like, not enough platform to maneuver around Skeletron. Like, we're already most of the way dead. Not most of the way, but, like, a good chunk of the way dead. Fuck. Fledgling Wings would be very helpful. Fuck. Yeah, I definitely want to get myself Fledgling Wings for this fight. because really disliking how little flight time is on offer with the rocket boots alone here. The other thing I really don't like is how little damage we're dealing. Probably because this is not a weapon that's, you know, reforged, because reforging is a Minishark at this stage in the game is really blooming expensive. Like, I think we're probably gonna end up either timing out or running out of bullets. And we do have the Star Fury, but still not great. Like, is it getting light out? I think it might be getting light out already. Yeah, it's getting light out. It is absolutely getting light out. Maybe I will go to Queen Bee after all, because I don't know if we deal enough damage with like our un-reforged Minishark with musket balls. Like, it really feels like we might not. Okay, so we should go send those two packing. Get the nurse and the arms stealer back to the desert. Nurse. Oh, I should have done that. Should have teleported to the fucking ocean pylon. Balls. Yeah, I should have teleported to the ocean pylon. Oh well. Now my arm stealer's at the ocean. I guess we can run there now, because... yeah. Get the pylon working again. What can we do, though? Well, find a hive is the first thing if we want to do Queen Bee. We're gonna have to fight Queen Bee in the immediate area of the hive, too. You know what we could do is we could throw up... No, we've already done that. We could try and get those Fledgling Wings. I believe that the world generation is such that there's guaranteed to be a pair in this world, since we got duplicate Star Furies. Don't quote me on that, though. Oh, cool. They went to live there already, so I ran here for nothing. Other, I suppose, than to buy ammunition. So, look how the angler is just hanging out. Okay, let's teleport to the jungle. Do we have ropes on us? Yep, we have ropes and blocks, so we are as good as we will ever be to go to the sky on one of the far sides of the world. We're gonna have to make our way back to Hell now to set up a cavern pylon. What does bamboo sell for? There's rather a lot of it. I don't know if it's exactly something that's farmable if it sells well, but... I'm trying to think, what is farmable that doesn't need to go through any crafting and sells decently well? I was thinking maybe we could farm for crystal shards and green slime summons just by, like, laying out long stretches of hallowed stone in hard mode, but that's in hard mode. For pre-hard mode, I really don't know. This feels like when I first started playing Terraria. I would, like, pick up every piece of shitty ore long after I needed it, but I'm just trying to, like, make some money. In circumstances where means of, you know, making money are a little bit hamstrung, because this is vanilla, but we're not allowed to craft the damn thing, so, like, yeah. The traveling merchant has arrived. We don't want to miss that, by the way. We do not want to miss that, because there could be the platforms that we desperately need. And we might have the stuff to sell to buy a few of them. Sky island or sky lake? Island! Ding ding ding! This is very likely to be our Fledgling Wings. There they are. So these are just better than the Lucky Horseshoe, except for their reforged, which is decidedly worse, but you tolerate that because, yeah, our flight time's kinda bad. And that's enough walls. No more real business out here at the edge of the world. Where's our bug net? Worm died. Okay. So where's our traveling merchant? I see those guys have fallen down there. Really? Nurse made it there okay. Did I not tell the Arm Stealer to go there? I don't want to run back, but Traveling Merchant is too good a prospect to let go to waste when he could have team platforms. Penguins sell for good money. Well, like, I think they sell for 12 silver 50. So, good money by the standards of what I'm working with, okay? Oh wait, it's because the Die Trader and the fucking... whoever the other dude I sent there, the exiled, didn't make it. Not because the Arm Stealer didn't make it. And it is actually getting dark again. So if we want to try Skeleman again... what is that? No, nothing good. Fudge nuggets. We could buy a little more of the We could buy a little more food, but nothing particularly valuable. 50 silver. We can't even afford one. Honestly, that's not an urgent need. It really isn't. That's unfortunate. So it's now 6 o'clock in the game. Let's see if we can get maybe a reforge on the Minishark. Until the murderous zombie arm. I want to keep the copper short sword. I'm not going to use the armored lucky horseshoe. Shoe spikes, I mean I can't craft master ninja gear. 31 mushrooms. Scorpion. Grebe. I can't wait to give to sell all of this stuff. Walk on over to the Goblino and have him break our Minishark. And you know it's gonna fucking happen. Like, it is so going to happen. We can't use the sky molds for him. Okay, that's a little bit of money. Oh shit. I just realized that we're probably not gonna have time for Skeletron now because we're going to the Goblin, to the Arms Dealer for bullets. Don't sell the Minishark. How did I fucking know? This fucking goblin can just shove it, is what he can do. He can take it and shove it up his bum. What did I deserve to do? To have the only reforge I'm going to be able to afford on the Minishark before attempting tonight, anyway. Be lethargic. Hello, Billy Marrows. It would be nice to buy some bone torches. But we could also do the Torch God. It's probably easier to do the Torch God. And cheaper, most importantly. How much do glowing mushrooms even sell for? Looks like 10 copper. That's not a lot. Probably not an efficient thing to actually farm out. We probably have enough to afford another reforge on the Minishark. And once we can get it to stop being horrible, then we can go look for a queen beehive. Berry. Really? Not leading me to the chest, apparently. Not that I even need the chest. I suppose there could be... Well, that sells pretty well. I will give the fairy that. Okay, maybe these are a better modifier. They are lucky. You have warding already, and that's probably more impactful. Yeah, we have 5 gold on us now. Definitely enough to reforge the Minishark. Good, because we need it. Did it even get it? No, it doesn't round down to 5, thankfully. Let's go up and see what we can do. Strength void. Is it possible? It is. Because what actually do you need to craft? The mandatory bosses are Skeletron, Wall of Flesh, the mechanical bosses, Plantera, Golem, Cultist, Moonlord. None of those require you to craft, so provided you can get your hands on weapons good enough to beat them, it should be possible. Of course, there's the matter of the Goblin Tinkerer, who, when I could only afford a single reforge on my Minishark, opted for Lethargic as his reforge of choice. Okay, that's enough for, I think, one more reforge. As for what my plan for the late game weapons is, I have a few in mind, but no concrete actual plan. Well, I think that's... I mean, we have to take it, but that is at least something that is not lethargic. So how about we go and get dealing with the bee? So for that we need to find a beehive. Have we found one yet? Absolutely not. So we're gonna... Because I'm really worried about Skeletron, because I actually don't know if I kill Skeletron fast enough with a Minishark with no damage reforge and nothing like a shark tooth necklace or anything like that. Suppose I could just aim better, but... Could also potentially get the bee's knees. I'll probably... Oh, there's a beehive. Okay. So we'll need to be nice and careful regarding beehive. Because we only get as many tries as we have hives in the world, since we're not going to be able to craft a summon. So let's pinpoint exactly where the hive is. Am I crazy? I thought I saw a hive. Ah, it's up here. Okay. Well, there's honey blocks up here. Let's actually find the hive before we start building an arena. I don't want to have to go a long way for Queen Bee. For the reason that, yeah, not a lot of tries. Not that I'm absolutely terrible at Queen Bee, but as is going to be the case throughout, I am usually quite a bit better geared, particularly in the armor department. I don't think the combination of... Well, I suppose we're not that badly off right now. Like, we have 11 defense from our armor and 20 total. It's not terrible. Problem is, it's not going to go up very much. You know what I wish I had thought to bring? Danger Sense potions. They're not going to be useful for much else. And they show the larva on the map. We can use our... I just realized why that's a terrible idea, because we could break the larva. So I saw honey. Is the hive perhaps above us? Like in here? Have we looted that? No. We've not looted. A boomstick would not necessarily be better than the Minishark, but it might help for Queen Bee specifically towards the end of the fight, because she has defense scaling with how low her HP is that will... Well, we didn't get a boomstick. That will make the Minishark rather ineffective in the later stages. I don't think the hive is, like, here. I think that's copper. Yeah, that's copper. Fudge. Yeah, the hive isn't here, there's not enough space. Ah, man. So rather hoping to find it, but... And then I'll have to make an arena for Queen Bee, which is not going to be large. And might involve going to hell and getting more platforms. Yeah. Hell is Terraria's IKEA. There's furnitures and platforms galore in hell. So there's not actually a ton of platforms, now that I think about it. What we're hoping for as far as platforms go is that the traveling merchant shows up and sells the team platforms. So far it has not happened yet. Also, hold up. Oh my god, I noticed the hive at the bottom of that pool of water. Well, we can get terraforming now. And I'm also gonna grab some of the regular healing potions. Because Queen Bee is actually fairly high value. We only get a few shots at her, and we really want the minimum, or at least we want the bee nades from Queen Bee. The ideal is we get the bee's knees, which would be stellar, and would probably set us up for the remainder of pre-hard mode, weapons-wise. I actually don't mind these crabs using up a lot of the enemy cap. Something that I probably will be doing that I don't normally do is the Old One's army. because the armor and shit that you get from the old ones army is actually pretty good. And that doesn't require any crafting. You don't even have to beat tier 3 to get the best armor, I'm pretty sure. So, like, that would be very nice to get the armor associated with the tier 3 Old Ones army. Which is good, because I'm not sure we can beat tier 3. Tier 3 is really hard. I'm hoping the ferry leads me to a chest that has a boomstick in it, because it could be helpful. Come on, ferry. Okay, it's a life crystal. Well, we can sell it. It's not all bad. Only issue is I forget where it was. It's there. Man, I hate having a copper pickaxe. Copper pickaxe really is just bollocks. Like, it is actually awful. The other very heavy inconvenience is not being able to use sticky bombs. And it's really gonna show when building a hell bridge. I'm just gonna come out and say that right now. The inability to use sticky bombs and dynamites is going to make that, which is already kind of a really shit task, very, very much not fun. I reckon this space, in and of itself, is probably big enough to fight Queen Bee. So how about we just, well, I say smooth out the edges. The more accurate term is attempt to smooth out the edges. Amidst a barrage of hornet projectiles. You know, Terraria enemies may not have quantity going for them, but something they do have going for them is accuracy with their projectiles. That puts the two girls to shame. At least we have an opportunity to grab up the stuff we actually want. Which is probably just the regular healing pots, if I had to guess. And to maybe take a few of the platforms and obviously some more bullets. I don't want to mine up our our arena is the only issue. So maybe we could run to hell real fast. And see if we can mine up some platforms from there. We don't need a ton, we probably need like... I would guess we need like 60. So the way we took to hell is... yeah, down this big old tree. Which you can see has been stripped of its platforms. Strange thought to think about mining out the platforms of a living tree, but... when you've resolved to make absolutely nothing with your own hands, except for magic storage and a couple of limited exceptions I have down the line, or I have in mind down the line, you have to resort to desperate measures. Oh crap, that's lava. Okay, we're safe though. So we're actually here for the platforms. Perfect. How does it feel, oh demon of the underworld, to be defeated by humble stone? It's probably humiliating for you. So, 14 platforms. I've tried to do this before, and by this point, I had definitely been sold team platforms by the traveling merchant. Oh! Got in, apparently, or it might be a different demon. I used a regular healing potion. We have 3 of them. Okay, that's all the platforms in this place. $42 of them. 42. I believe I reckoned I would need 60 or 70. I'll grab 100 to be on the safe side. Come out, Mr. Boneworm. Alright. I'm keeping on until we... By the way, I hope this is, like, not too bad of a viewing experience as a premise for a playthrough. Because I can't imagine it's all that exciting to watch the nitty-gritty of this, where I'm literally just going into hell to get platforms. We got ourselves probably enough from this house for like the next one over or so. Trying to avoid another trip to hell for platforms. But what you gonna do? Block that off. You know how the underworld houses have doors? It just occurs to me, who uses the doors? The only underworld creature that's human is, like, the tax collector. So, like, do we just, like, not see any of the humans who have been damned down here? Except the tax collector? That's kind of an interesting question. I suppose it's not exactly... I use a regular healing pot. In Relogic's best interest to show the tortured souls of the damned, but... kind of cool if there were, like, people living in the underworld. I think there's... We can't go in there, by the way, because it'll set us on... Fuddy-duddy. Fire. We have 100 platforms. Let's just get out of here and get back to the jungle. I'd quite like to... I believe the term is accomplish something this stream. Do you have any spiky balls left? We have a few. They're pretty useful on Queen Bee. The other thing I'd quite like out of the jungle that I'm not going to go out and get right now is the whatchamacallit, fiberglass fishing pole. We're also not guaranteed to have one, but it would be fairly nice to have a fiberglass fishing pole. Because I don't actually know if we can get a fishing pole free hard mode if we don't have one. I tried to mount a slime mount there. We don't have one of those. I wish I had a slime mount. That would be very helpful. But I don't. One sunflower should be sufficient to cover the entire arena. I don't think it was all that long a trip down here. Yeah, it's not too long a trip through the jungle to get there. And we have the bombs to sort the place out. Few platforms here. Do I have the platforms? Yes. You know, come to think, another exception that I make might be for the celestial sigils. Because nobody wants to watch endless pillars. And there's no doubt in my mind that Moonlord will not be a first try victory. It's kind of funny that those crabs have their own little self-reinforcing feedback loop there. Crap, I used a healing potion. Okay. So there's rather a lot of hornets in this arena right now. Probably a good deal of merit in the idea of building my Plantera arena in pretty hard mode. There's also a good deal of merit in the idea of not straight up dying to that man-eater. And this should be enough space, albeit not by a ton, to fight Queen Bee in. I'd really like to smooth out that corner of things. Well, as usual, the true boss of attempting to fight a boss in the jungle is building an arena. I was trying to go into my inventory and only take a lesser healing potion, but the bat kind of took matters out of my hands. Let's just mirror home, despawn this shit, and then come back and try to build our platform. We'll also have to clear up the crab statue, as amusing as it is. Dear God, that's expensive. It's like actually so expensive. Healthcare ain't cheap, I would know, I'm American. Maybe it's because it ain't cheap for Americans. So our healthcare system is a freaking garbage fire. Okay, we managed. By God. The more I look at it, the more I realize that this is actually a pretty microscopic amount of space. But hopefully we'll be able to make it work. You got a mining shirt. Not that we need one. We already have a... What hit me? Oh, a bat. Oh, where's our fucking blocks? Yeah, this... You got an ancient cobalt helmet. Hey! Upgrades! Not a word we get to say a lot around these parts. It is seldom that you get an armor upgrade when you're not allowed to craft anything. It fills you with determination. Okay. Let's get this stupid man-eater don't live. Man-eater? I should really be star-furying somewhere off to the far end of the screen so we don't fire it off anywhere near the larva. Of course, it had to get a lick in before it died. Okay. While I regain my HP, I'm gonna use the bathroom real fast. And then we will be back with, hopefully, Queen Bee. So, we're gonna use bombs for the first bit of this to make it all. Oh, I forgot that there would be regular bees. Okay, that'll have to be a good enough hole. So let's figure out exactly where the larva is. Right there. Let's recover our HP. Now that man-eater is really dangerous. That's not a good start. The other thing that's not a good start is not having our spiky balls on the hotbar. Crap. Got bounced off a small bee. That's going to be a proportionally large problem. Because of the very limited amount of space we have in here. The small bees are going to occupy a relatively high percentage of the screen. At least this is 1.4, where Queen Bee's stingers are actually reasonably easy to see. There is, like, no room in this place. It's actually not helping our ability to hit Queen Bee at all. Find it funny that bees can take a musket ball thrown at, or, well, not thrown, but launched at any substantial velocity. The little bees, that is. And she's only about half dead, by the way. I don't have a lot of ammo. Yeah, she's at like 40%, like, almost out of stuff to throw at her. These small bees are a big issue because I'm not immune to knockback, and I'm using the Shield of Cthulhu, which is... flag. Yeah, less than 100 bullets left. We do have 60 spiky balls, so that's at least something. You could also use the bolo hurt a bit and grenades, but those were even less ideal weapons. $22, eh? That's not a whole heck of a lot of damage. This is hilarious. This is actually hilarious. Like, I hit Queen Bee. Once in a blue moon. Okay, note to self, she does way too much damage to try in true melee. 40 critical. I don't know how much HP she has left. 945. We're gonna need her to hit her like another 50 times. Probably more. We do still have some spiky balls, which we should probably put down. Dealt about 100 to her. Fuck, I missed. What I wouldn't give to have a bow right now and be able to use the several hundred arrows in my inventory as a means of striking my enemy at range. $705. $649. Man, this is awful. Man, I had like 1,500 bullets, didn't I? That's the last of our spiky balls. She has 493 HP left. I think I got her. $315 HP. 200 something. What if grenades are gonna be better? Probably grenades are better for hitting her. Nice. Okay. That is the worst queen bee fight anyone has ever heard of. But it's done now. How long did that take? It's 2:10. That took over 10 minutes, didn't it? We have a pet now. My god. Now watch me not... Please give me the bee's knees. We got the fucking beekeeper. Can't say I'm surprised. Even the bee gun would have had some, like, marginal utility. Because we have the ancient kobold helmet. But a beekeeper is not going to help us at all against Skelly. But regardless, I think that is going to be all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.